They call Sweden the land of the midnight sun, where temperatures drop as low as -20. This is where the World Rally Championship moves to next. The conditions in the Scandinavian forests mean the cars need studded tyres to cope with layers of snow and ice lying on top of gravel. It may be the coldest rally of them all, but the competition is as hot as ever.
Hello there and welcome back once again to some more WRC. Today we'll continue on Let's Play. This is episode 16. In today's episode we are taking a look at the Swedish Rally on the professional difficulty. Let's continue onwards. Okay, Rally Sweden with our Hyundai with the ridiculously small tyres. So obviously we are hot off the heels of a surprising Monte Carlo victory. So we're hoping to keep that momentum going into Sweden. If rally games that I've played in the past are anything to go by, or at least in this series, this should be pretty easy. Radstorm, that's a Citroen. Ooh, Citroen may score some points. So yes, we're back with the Hyundai. I will show the interior camera. Interior camera, actually, you can see a little bit more of the car than you could in the Subaru. Oh no, we broke the driveline already. That might actually cost us some speed here, as I was cocking about with the interior cameras. But yes, no, the Hyundai actually appears to have a little bit more of an interior camera, although, of course, like with the Subaru, the actual interior tack does not work. This has been an abysmal first stage. I say abysmal, we're only 6 seconds down, and that's with a damaged car and also going off to play with the locals in the snow apparently, so yeah, Rally Sweden probably going to be a very easy cakewalk on again, which is fine by me. Radstorm's up into third, incredible. So, yeah, we shall see how this goes on. Again, I don't think we're going to win every single rally in this playthrough, so I'm not too worried if we happen to not win this one, but we should be on for a pretty decent. I know that was a piss poor first stage. We lost 10 seconds in split 3 because we crashed into that tree and then had the issue with finding a house, but even still, that wasn't actually that awful, I guess. I mean, 5th's 2 points, so I'll definitely take 5th for now. Yeah, that is a Citroen Radstorm. So Sainz, Gronholm, Mäkinen, Radstorm and Burns. Marcus Gronholm making his presence known in the championship once again. It'd be interesting to see if he does more in this championship, because if I remember correctly, he wasn't massively quick in our previous playthrough. Stage numero 2, and we've got a fair bit of snow coming in on this one. Go!
50 over jump.
Reflections on this car seem a little bit strange. Yeah, not sure what that's all about. I think the Subaru was, maybe it's just this game, because I think the Subaru might have been a bit weirdly reflective in some stages as well, but yeah, for whatever reason that caught my eye a lot more. Thanks Barrier for getting us more on track, so if we don't win Rally Sweden, I will be disappointed, because the Swedish Rally is probably one of my more favoured ones on the schedule. It's one of those I'd sort of, in these sort of games, if you ask me to write down a stage where you expect a probably easy win, Rally Sweden would be certainly one on my list. Australia would be up there as well, because Australia is usually a pretty straightforward sweep of a stage. Okay, we are 8 seconds ahead of Sainz. Again, Radstorm's still up there. Although, shout out to Daniel for pointing out the fact that a Citroen did actually get points in a stage, but didn't get any manufacturer's points. So, yeah, technically Citroen were robbed at some point. So, someone might know in the comment section how manufacturer's points in WRC worked at this time, but it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me, I'll be perfectly honest. it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that Sainz would be doing well here. Maybe it's because I'm like generalising because he's a Spanish driver, but I'm fairly certain the focuses did a lot better on sort of hotter rallies.
50, caution, jump.
I'm very interested to see what this thing's gonna look like when it goes to Kenya. Come to think of it, the accent with the bull bar and the snorkel on the roof of it might be quite funny to look at. Considering, out of all of them, it's probably the weird. I mean, the 206 is a pretty weird looking car when you actually look at it, but in terms of cars that you wouldn't expect to see in full race trim, a Hyundai Accent, God, that angle there with the wheel looks very weird. Tyres on this thing do look a little bit too skinny, but I don't think I'd have confidence driving on them, I'll be perfectly honest. Especially not 100 miles an hour. Right. We got 8 seconds up. Bradstone dropped down to 6. Ericsson has come up to 6. They were a Hyundai friend. So we are currently beating Sainz just. But if Sainz starts to drop back, Mackin and Gronholm are pretty far away. Alright. Stage number 3 is called Is. Okay. Stage number 3. I believe there's a night stage in this. I thought it was this one, but apparently it isn't. 3, 2, 1, go! H12HMC. I wonder if the cars have got different plates depending on which drive you pick. I'm not 100%. Considering it's blank in the menu screen, actually, I'd imagine it corresponds to whatever plate was on the car. I wonder if the Hyundai has English plates for the other drivers. Peugeot has French plates, definitely, I know that much, but I wonder if the Hyundai changes depending on the nationality of the driver you pick. Then again, I don't actually know who prepared these cars, whether they were full-on... Because I imagine the reason the Subarus have always run English plates is because they're prepped by ProDrive in the UK. I believe Mitsubishi may have been a similar sort of thing where their cars got prepped in the UK. I'm not sure if Hyundai's would have... I guess it would have been a European effort though, if it was any effort, in fairness. So, yeah, maybe so. To be fair, a lot of the rally cars used English plates, so... Again, the Peugeot and the Citroens are the only ones that I can think that really used the French plates over the English ones. I'm trying to think if any other rally cars spring to mind that used... I don't think there was, I really don't, so... Maybe maybe the Hyundais were British around and used English plates. Actually, I think the one in Gran Turismo 3 has English plates on it as well, so yeah, maybe they were actually... I might need to do some research into the Accent rally car and figure out if it was any good or not. The Subarus and Mitsubishis and stuff you sort of know through years of researching and stuff, but I can't imagine there's too many people out there who are experts on the Hyundai Accent rally car. You know. I can't imagine this was much of a fan favourite car. Of course, the modern day i20 is an incredible piece of machinery, and I believe that car's probably going to win the title this year. I don't think rallying started as I record this, but of course, Citroen have pulled out, which leaves just Toyota and... It leaves just Toyota, Hyundai, and... I'm trying to think who the other one is. There is a third manufacturer. Ford, yeah, of course. Maybe it'll be Ford's to win this year then. Toyota won it last year, but Toyota's key driver for that, I don't know if he was because he was better than everyone else on his team. I don't actually know by how much Toyota blitzed it, but I think Hyundai might have won the manufacturer's title last year. And I forgot his name. It's Otia Tak or something like that. Ota Tak. He's actually moved to Hyundai for this year, so it probably will be a Hyundai win this year, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, of course, the Hyundai of today is a far cry from the Hyundai of 2001, where they had this. In fact, the Hyundai of, well, the rally car's only been a thing for, I think it's less than a decade. The Hyundai i20's been around for. Of course, it's all to promote the new N brand, which is supposed to be the performance brands, you know. I've got to admit, much like the older generations with Skoda, where, you know, you'd probably heard the jokes about Skodas and skips and stuff like that, and, you know, if you ask the older generation, they remember, like, the Favourite and the 130L with the rear engine design and stuff. For me, Hyundai is one of those brands I can't take them seriously, because the Hyundais of my day were, you know, the accents and the Getzes and awful, dreadful cars like that, so I can't really take the modern range seriously. Don't get me wrong, even if I could. I mean, the i30 looks fine, but beyond that, they're pretty atrocious. I've never really been a fan of the Hyundai style. They do the Korean thing of over-styling cars these days. I mean, Kia's not too bad. I'd much rather have a Kia over a Hyundai, if I'm being honest, but I'm not really a fan of Korean cars in general, although I probably wouldn't say no to a Stinger, because the Stinger's a pretty cool car. The Kia K900, I think it is in America, is also a pretty neat thing as well, but we don't get that, so that's a shame. Be cool if they sent the Veloster rallying, now that I think about it. Anyways, we had 6 seconds over Sainz, who's our main sort of rival at the moment. So we got 6 seconds up on Sainz, then Gronholm, Mäkinen, Ericsson, and Radstorm. Again, looking like it's going to be a pretty cool points haul for Hyundai, moving into stage 4 called Skogs. Okay, I could have sworn one of these was a night stage, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Go.
Or maybe the stages are actually different in the professional stage, I'm not sure. Maybe the last stage will be the night stage, actually. In fact, I'd probably put more of my money on that. But, yeah, I'm trying to... I'd imagine they're the same stages. I mean, the time trial mode has them as exactly the same thing, and you can't choose the difficulty on that one, so... Yeah, in fact, I'd almost 100% confirmed that these are the same stages, it's just that I've completely forgotten. Wow, there's really not a lot separating the top runners there. But again, I think it's probably going to be a pretty easy overall win here for Team Hyundai. Good old Alistair McRae. Trying to remember what comes after Sweden. I know I've got to deal with the oh, it's Portugal, isn't it? If it's Portugal, we might run into some issues. Portugal and Spain I'm not really looking forward to. But Argentina's afterwards, which shouldn't be too bad. In fact, from what I remember, Argentina and Greece aren't too bad. Cyprus is a bit of a bitch. But again, I mean, even then... I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted because I'm being atted on Discord about the whole touring car league thing I'm a part of. And doing very, very poorly, and very poorly, driving a Mazda Zedos. So at least none of the other people have got much expectation because Mazda Zedos, but yes. Caution, over jump. Caution, over jump. Over jump, caution. It's a lot of straight lines here in this game. A lot less snow embankments. It's a lot more open in this game than it probably should be. But I'm not complaining because it makes my life even easier on these snowy stages, which is usually pretty easy because it goes... sort of the snow stages... For whatever reason, even in Dirt Rally 2.0, I'm actually pretty quick on the snow. Which doesn't really make sense to me, because I feel like I drive like a bitch on the snow, but apparently that's a good way to do it. We lost a little bit of time there, but not all that much. As long as we can keep the lead on Sainz coming into the final stage. We got a pretty sizable lead, but I can't really afford to make a massive cock up. Unless he does get sort of trampled by Mäkinen. So McRae, Sainz, Mäkinen, Gronholm, Ericsson again, and Radstorm again, 5th and 6th. He's over, or almost 30 seconds over on Richard Burns, so that's interesting. Anyways, we're 11 seconds up on Sainz. Stage number 5 is called Manigan. Oh, here is our night stage. Our car looks slightly ridiculous with its small tyres and massive light display at the front.
100 long left 2.
Yeah, I thought I could have swore there's a night stage in here because of the whole weird lighting thing that goes on with Sweden, where it basically looks like it's engulfed by Satan. Satan in the Snow, maybe that'll be the name for this episode.
200 over crest.
I feel like naming these episodes, I've done some pretty crap names, like some pretty predictable ones, like the Swedish Sweeper one I'm not very proud of, and stuff like that, but you know, some of them are pretty cool. Now with Cows, I like that one. It helps to finish. I like that one. I think a lot of people like that one. I think a lot of people, because it's the episode that's gone up today, I'm getting a fair few comments about the whole Peter would have an issue with this on the Now With Cows episode when I accidentally, or rather, tried to run over a cow for Sainz. In case you're wondering, I'll bring this up in that episode, but I have actually got the answer to what happens when you hit a cow, and the answer is your car stops dead, and the cow's fine. Same when you hit a person, which I've managed to do in Kenya when I was going for the replay shots, the thumbnails. Which of course in typical me fashion I'm slightly behind on the, or was slightly behind on the thumbnails. Maybe this might be the best way to drive the night stages, actually, come to think about it. Maybe. Maybe from the bonnet camera, because the... Yeah, I might actually start running night stages from bonnet cam. Because then I know sort of where the lights are pointed. Granted, you don't really know where the rear end's gone. But it might help for... To be fair, there's only like one really nasty night stage in this game, and that's right at the end of the game in Rally Great Britain. And I am hoping that we should have the championship wrapped up before we get there, so Rally Great Britain won't be an issue for us. Although if we can win it, that'd be kind of cool, considering we couldn't on normal difficulty. So winning that on professional would be kind of neat, I guess. Radstorm's up into 3rd. Go on, Radstorm, my son. Get that Citroen points. Don't get too many points for Citroen, like, because I'm fairly certain he... Is he beating Hyundai at the moment? I'm not sure. Again, what we really want from one of these is Jesus to win a rally, or, you know, score points in a rally, but I don't think that's going to happen. Poor Jesus.
And finish.
It was his dream to win a rally in a Citroen. Even Jesus can't drive as good as Sebastian Loeb. That's how I'm going to justify that one. Anyways. We have unlocked the secret code on the ceiling. So yes, interesting thing. If you play through on professional difficulty, you unlock secret codes. Now, in the next few games, you unlock secret codes and then can access them straight away. I'm almost certain in this game you actually just have to memorize what they are. Or look on the internet. So, either way, we've unlocked on the ceiling, so that's good. Yeah, another pretty straightforward... I mean, I expected Sweden to be straightforward. Monte Carlo was easier than I was expecting it to be. So we are 9 seconds up on Sainz, Tommy Mäkinen, Gronholm, Didier and Radstorm, and then Kenneth is there as well. So Radstorm gets a point, Carlos, Sainz, oh sorry, us we get 10 points, 14 minutes overall, then Sainz, Gronholm, Mäkinen, Ericsson and Radstorm. There we go, the International Swedish Rally winners. There's the current driver standings, I got confused for a second there. So there's the current standings. We are 8 points over on Sainz, which is good. Mäkinen, Gronholm, Delacour and Ericsson. And in the points gathering, well, Hyundai gets 12 points. We have a 10-point lead over Ford. Then Mitsubishi, Skoda, Peugeot gets 4 points. Subaru gets an point and Citroen gets no points for some reason, even though Skoda got 2 last time. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time we're going to go to Portugal, I believe, so join us for that. Until then, farewell.
You know the fear, the sorrow that my heart holds in, knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. I'll only you bear. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father.